my last girlfriend I had, she, when things got a bit more serious, she panicked a bit and said, I'm not going to be a mom or a nun. I'm going to be a cool aunt. And I, as someone who kind of seriously desires marriage, how can I find people who are truly ready to enter that vocation?
Yeah, Luke, that's a great question. And thanks for putting me on the spot. but actually, first, I apologize. I'm so sorry about that relationship that just kind of, ended. It's never easy. I don't know if you're at an okay place now, but it can be one of those situations where it's like, wait a second, we were moving forward. I remember there's a young man, and he started dating. He was dating to discern, dating to, just for marriage, and started dating this woman, proposed to her. She said yes. They came up to Duluth for our first marriage prep. And at one point halfway through, they said, "Can we just have a moment?" And I said, "Okay, sure, I'll leave the room." And I came back in, and they had broken up. She had broken up the engagement. I was like, oh, wow. And they have a 2-hour drive back to the Twin Cities. And then what happened was, after that was he recovered, his heart recovered. He went back out there, met, a one person, and they continued to date, proposed. She said yes. And then before even the first marriage prep, she broke it off again. And it was one of those situations. I only highlight this because his big crisis was, am I just bad at discernment? Like, I was praying, like I was looking for the kind of indications that this would be a good fit, that everything was, that this is not against God's will, all these kind of things. And he just thought, like, the problem must be me in this situation. I must be bad at discernment. I must be bad at relationships, all these kind of things. And the answer is no. This is one of the big things, is I really believe that there are a number of things that get discerned when this happens. And one of them is that at the end of the day, both people still get to choose. That even if the Lord is like, yeah, this is an open door. Yeah, this is a good door. It would be great if you guys are married. At the end of the day, both individuals still get to say whether they want to walk through that good and open door, or whether they would say, yeah, I'd rather not. So it wasn't bad discernment on his part. It was discernment. It was discernment on their part. Similarly, someone says, I really feel called to religious life, and they apply, and the people discerning they might say no, they might say yes. But the recognition is that is a cooperative discernment. And I know there can be a great pain in that. Thanks be to God. He started dating another woman, proposed. She said yes. They're married. They have, I think, 4 or 5 children, and they're just like, they really, really love each other. It was a matter of, but we're both on board. And I'm so sorry, I don't want to be tangential here, but I think there's something about that just is, sometimes we can get so discouraged by our story, discouraged by our past and discernment, that it can be like, man, will it ever work? Or is it me just messing this thing up? And I just wanted to hopefully try to speak into that, Luke, in the sense of saying that this is part of the process. I do want to try to answer your question, but I want to first, what do you think about that part first?
Yeah, I think that's great. Discouragement. I mean, one of my best friend was one of those who had the engagement break off, and he's been dating, and it's just been rough to see him kind of get in a more negative state when I know he's such a strong Catholic man. He's leading a community out there, and it's just a measure of like feeling like you have failed at discernment, and it's just a matter of kind of like finding those people who are ready to marriage. Where's a good place to meet them? And like your number one tip for dating.
So I'm going to say something, and you're going to say, everyone says that.
It's fine.
CatholicMatch.com.
Really?
Is my little sister met her husband on CatholicMatch.com. We've had some people in our sphere up here, young adults and whatnot. I've also heard people say, I go on there and it's been fruitless. But there's a place about when people are in a website kind of like that, they are interested in discernment. They're interested in pursuing a long-term relationship, interested in discerning marriage and family. And so that is kind of that open door. It does, again, it's not perfect. There's no place you could go that's perfect. You go to your local parish, that's also not going to be perfect. But I really do think there's something about going to places where there are like-minded people. And that could be a virtual place, or it could be an actual in-person place. But I think that's always been the secret, hasn't it? That I could go to my local parish, and then there she is, because I go to a place where like-minded people. I go to that a woman I work with right now. She's our chief of staff, and she had tried Catholic Match, didn't really work out for her. Then she went to another more like, I guess, political worldview website place, and she's engaged. It was like-minded people coming together and looking to say, who's here that I could maybe potentially see myself having a future with. And as you know, Luke, part of that is getting out of our comfort zone, maybe getting out of our circle of people we know now. But I really do believe it is going to those places, whether in person or virtually, where there's like-minded people, and then just kind of bumping into folks and seeing who's there. And I don't know what that's what I got in my 2 cents.
All right. Well, thank you so much, Father.
Absolutely.
Luke knows that. Luke's looking at the phone. He's got every single line is full, so he's being gracious and getting out of here. But thank you, Luke. I know you want to keep talking to him about it, but thank you very much. We'll take a quick break. We'll be right back with more. Father Mike Schmitz on Catholic Answers Live.